What's going on, traders? It's Rolando from the Stock Lock Trading team, and I've got another video for you. Today we're going to do a trade review video of an alert from 2 days ago, or an alert from yesterday, from Stock Lock in the Discord channel. It was a free alert that came out in the free alerts chat room on Roku. So we're going to be talking about this day on Roku right here. So what I want to do is give you a high-level breakdown of how the trade panned out. So first off, what we do on Roku, we notice yesterday Roku had a gap up. So what we want to do, like in previous videos I've done, is mark our daily levels and try and figure out what daily levels are going to be of significance on Roku for this given day. So what I like to do here is I'll mark this previous day high level. This is very current price action. Roku should respect or play around that level. And then we'll mark some other levels that Roku could potentially get to on this gap day. We're going to pretend like we don't know this gap happened, and we're just going to go ahead and mark our levels like we would normally do. So I've got a high pivot right here on the daily chart. We'll mark this guy out. Roku's wild, so we'll mark these highs out also. And maybe we'll mark this pivot low. We've sort of touched this area twice. We'll drop a mark in there. We could also mark the low of this candle right here as a pivot. And that seems about it for the daily. So what I'll do after the daily, we'll jump into intraday action, go back to Roku on December 4th, and we will pretend like we do not see what happened. And we'll start marking a few more levels. So this is our intraday action here. Let me go to a higher time frame. Maybe we'll work off the 15-minute time frame, December 4th. So we'll check out the previous day plus pre-market here. We'll mark some obvious levels down at sort of this pullback of December 3rd. We sort of got a level here where we pushed off the open. Couldn't break back above this level. We'll play that as some minor significance and see what it does for us. What other levels can we see here? Nothing really from the previous day. We already have the previous day's high marked. Pre-market levels are going to be this guy right here. Seems pretty obvious. And we'll mark this pre-market high right here. So Roku's got a lot of levels on it, but again, like I said, let's see how these levels play out intraday, and let's figure out why this trade was alerted in this area. So we'll go down to a smaller time frame, maybe the 5-minute time frame here. Roku, what day are we on? We're on the 5th. Scroll back to the 4th. Okay, so first things first, let's check the alert. Roku long if over 146.25 with a $1.25 stop. So what I'll do to make this easy is get this guy up. 165. We'll change the color of this line actually. So 165.25. Where did we get in? So we got in on the alert right around here. So as you can see from the levels we marked out on Roku, we had strong pre-market action here. Roku came up and we sort of continued making higher lows into the open. We even broke this pre-market level before the open right here. We didn't break it with extreme strength. You would think that if we were to break this pre-market high level right here, Roku would sort of continue higher, right? So that was a little bit concerning. We didn't break this high that was made right here before the open. So market opens and Roku squeezes up like a madman. You guys know how Roku works, so this is to be expected. We get this sell-off on Roku, and Roku is one of those stocks that people are looking to pick up right now. We'll go back to the daily chart here for a second, and I'll just show you. So we go back to the daily chart, and you see we've got a low here, higher low, higher low. Like this is increased buyers, right? Buyers are coming in and buying Roku up. So this is essentially an uptrend, right? Short-term, long-term, whatever you want to call it, depends on how you trade. This is an uptrend right here. We're stair-stepping up and we're constantly making higher lows and higher highs. So this is a strong stock. If people were in Roku from here, here, wherever, and now it's trading here, they're gonna take some profit, right? There's also people who bought Roku with confidence on this gap. Roku gap down. People are buying this gap up because this stock is so strong, and then they get this. Let me clear this up a bit. They start buying this gap up because Roku is so strong overall, and then they get this gap right here. And if they got in at, I don't know, 135 and now it's at 150 and they made 15 bucks a share, they're out of there. Even on 10 shares, 150 bucks in, 2 days. Great, perfect. So we go back to the intraday action right here, Roku on December 4th. So Roku shoots up, like I said, right off the open. And then once Roku gets weak here, this is just profit taking, right? This is what we're thinking. We're like, okay, people are just taking profit in this area, but overall Roku is strong. So as soon as Roku starts pulling back, we notice that it's respecting some of the levels that we picked up off the daily, previous day, and pre-market. It respects this level right here, which is yesterday's high. It respects this level here that we have drawn in, which is going to be sort of that consolidation area, the high of that consolidation area we had from yesterday. And once we see Roku start respecting this areas, you sort of come down, you hold this level, we make a higher low, which is starting to confirm an uptrend again on Roku. And Stocklock calls an alert long right around this area. We get long. He calls a $1.60 stop. So if we were in here somewhere, our stop's going to be 140. Yeah, right around this area. So we're stopping out right around this area. And the reason for stopping out around this area is because if we get this bottom, then we get a higher low and we get triggered into the trade, and then we get this, we've essentially made a lower low now, right? We've made a lower low and Roku's looking to go lower. So that's why we're looking to put our stop in these areas, which end up being significant areas intraday. And Stocklock actually rides this trade out for a while. Roku, he gets long here, takes a quick partial. You guys know from his trading, this is what he does. So he takes about a 50-cent partial, takes another partial at about $1, and then his next take profit is about $3 away. So we go back to the charts and we look at Roku, and he gets in somewhere in this area, and then we take a quick partial, 165. We take a quick partial somewhere in this area, take some more out in this area, and then the last two partials came right around here. So this move on Roku, if you look at it, this is the way I like to look at these. If we get in here and this is our risk, this is our reward, right? Risk, reward. So we're always risking less than what we're potentially looking to make. We like to lock in profits early in order to put some money in our pockets as the trade goes on, but there is always a portion of shares that are left on the table for these big moves. You risk $1.60, you get $3, you make 2 to 1, great trade. And Roku moved pretty clean right up to that last target. Popped up, consolidated sideways here for a little bit. You guys could call this some sort of flag, whatever you trade. This might be familiar to you. We don't exactly trade this style in the masterclass, but some of you guys might trade this, another valid entry, and it pops up and we take our profit. So all in all, that's the Roku trade. It's pretty simple if you know what you're looking for, and all the fine details and the nitty gritty will be in the masterclass. So if you guys are interested, jump in the Discord, hit me up, send me a DM. There's actually a promotion going on right now where you can learn all these strategies and save a heap ton of money. If you're interested, jump in the Discord. Like I said, shoot me a DM, say hi to the community, and I hope to see you guys all in the charts tomorrow.